In this topic, we will learn how to change the color of an object. So this isn't going to work for everything but for certain examples with bright or solid colors that aren't to mix up together. But I will show you to do that. If you head over the effects panel, you will open the video effects, and inside the color correction folder you will find there is actually two. There is color change and change to color. For this first example, I am going to show you how to use change color. If I just drag onto my video clip and head over the effects control, I should see a few parameters for me to adjust, and the one we want to look at is to color change. So right now it's just by default set to this solid, but I can actually use a color picker to select out exactly the color I want to change. And you're not going to see anything right away because we haven't actually adjusted anything. You can adjust hue, lightness or saturation of that color. So I can make it desaturated, more saturated, or I can change the lightness up or down. Now for another example, which is to color change, which gives us a little different option. Here we can choose a from and to color. Use this ink dropper to choose from this color to another color. In this case, we can get much better selection, and we can also increase the softness and also increase the tolerance. So there are two different options for you to play around, which is change to color or color to change. And this is how you can change any color of an object. In this topic, I am going to show you how to color tint video. So I have this footage on the timeline right now, and you can find the tint effect in your effects panel under the video effects section, and you can also find it in color correction section, so it should be tint. Now instead of dragging this effect directly onto my clip, I am going to actually add it on an adjustment layer just for more flexibility. So I am going to project bin is highlighted and then go to file, new adjustment layer, and then I see that the adjustment layer pop up in the project media bin, and I can click and drag over my set of clips or sequence that I want to apply effects onto. So now I'm going to take tint effect and add onto my adjustment layer. Now the tint effect is very simple. If you are familiar with gradient maps in Photoshop, and it's very similar to that. So you can map the black and white colors to different color. So by default it maps black and white. But if you want to create colorful effects, you can map the black to different colors. So like, let's map the black to dark green. And then let's map the white to bright yellow. The only parameter you can adjust is the amount to tint. So this is 100%. You can fade the effect and make it more like 30 or 40%. So doing that, you can give some quick color grading possibilities and give you some vintage or cinematic color. You can combine it with other things also. Since we are on adjustment layer, we have added flexibility of being able to adjust the blending mode of the entire adjustment layer. So I can take you from normal to multiply and then lower the opacity of the whole adjustment layer, also to get a different type of vibe. Or I can play around with things like overlay, soft light, screen, anything like that. Make sure your keyframe animations are toggled off if you don't want your effect to transition up or down in opacity. But you could also do burst of colors as well. So here's one quick fact we can do with the tint. We can map the black to be black, and then let's map the white to be any color to get a solid color tint. So here's a yellowed color lens, but one might commonly see is this is a bright colored lens. So I will demonstrate a quick red effect using keyframe. If we take the opacity, we turn the keyframes back on this, and this is the opacity overall adjustment layer. Then we set it to 0 at the start of the clip, and then we move forward in the clip and set it to 100. And then we move a little bit more forward and we set it to 0. So if we play that back from the beginning, we should see a quick flash of red or red color. So that can be a cool effect. You can use it on your projects, but that's basically all there is to tint effect, and a couple of creative ways to use it on your projects or videos. And this is how you can create a color tint video effect.